Hey, what's up, guys? It's Johnny A. Neighborhood Picks. This is just hilarious to me. UFC 279. It was a big event. It was going to be Hamza Chimaev sending Nate Diaz into retirement. That was tomorrow's theme. And supposedly, here's how it all started. They canceled all the fucking meetings and all the press conferences. Supposedly, Hamza showed up with 30 guys. Kevin Holland showed up with like 20 guys. They weren't even fighting each other. Massive brawl ensues. They didn't have the security or anything to handle it. Now, Dana White better not get too cute. They're getting a little cocky over there, and there's a lot of shit going on, and he always says, well, that's the fight, that's the game we're in. Yeah, I know, but just remember something. The UFC wasn't even legal in New York until 2016. That's pretty recent. They better be careful. So the riot ensued, everything. On top of it, Hamza Chimaev missed weight by 8.5 pounds. It was a welterweight fight, 170. He weighed in at 178.5. In the midst of the riot, the brawl, the weight miss, and Dana White possibly missing the whole card, which is huge for the UFC, who just had an Usman fight whose ratings were down bad. That's a big, the welterweight king going for George St. Pierre's record. The ratings were shit, less than 400,000 buys globally, not just the US, globally. Now you got a UFC card tomorrow. They switched up the fights. They did a switcheroo within 1 or 2 days. They decided to have Nate Diaz fight Tony Ferguson. They're fighting for the CTE belt. What? Only the UFC can get away with this. Tony Ferguson got his fucking face kicked off, where it became a meme where his face was just smashed, and it was like off. Michael Chandler kicked his face off and sent him into another realm of consciousness just a couple months ago. Nate Diaz is so punch drunk, and he always says he's learning his words, and he barely could talk. Like, listen, I don't mean to make fun. This is serious. But Nate Diaz, his motor skills are slowed down a little. And I got even more nervous when Nick made his comeback fight against Robbie Lawler. And you know how they do that thing where they film the fighters, like throw a couple punches, Nick, for the camera, and he was like, but he was throwing so slow, it looked like he was underwater. And I was like, holy shit, I hope he's really not throwing. And then when he got into the fight with Lawler, it's here, man. You can't take thousands of shots. I'm old enough to know this. I'm a little older than some of my younger audience. Like, when you take a lot of shots, it's worse than a guy that had a shitty chin just gets knocked out clean. When you could take a lot of shots like Nate Diaz, not good. He's already slowed down. Of course, Conor McGregor, Mr. Opportunistic. Oh, I'm sure McGregor wants to fight Diaz down the line now. The fucking guy can't even think straight. And this is all public record, so I'm not saying anything bad. If you look up Tony Ferguson, he had some really serious problems a couple years back, and he heard like voices coming out of the walls. So something's going on with him too. So these are two washed fighters in the main event to save Dana White's card. I'm more excited to see Kevin Holland weighs 179. Hamza missed by 8.5 pounds. First of all, you're going to be the champ. I kill everybody. You like a championship caliber fighter does not miss weight by 8.5 pounds. Shitty job by Hamza. So Chimaev is fighting Kevin Holland in the co-main event, which is crazy because that fight wasn't even scheduled. So now we'll see. You know what? It's better. I think it's a better test for Chimaev. We'll see him fight a guy that actually is still with it. Nate Diaz He can't break a wet paper bag, really. But that's my take on UFC 279. A whole shit show Dana White's putting together, hoping his company doesn't keep going down. You know what? I've said this before. Common sense. You want to make the fans happy and blow the fucking doors off the pay-per-view. When McGregor's ready to come back, like in a couple months, just make him McGregor and Masvidal. Masvidal lost a couple fights. One of them's got to win, and it'll be a fucking war. Neighborhood picks, like and subscribe. I'll be on live for starting sits and my bets of the week all weekend. Love you guys. Peace.